As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Mount Lebanon Ice Center in the township of Mount Lebanon, 20 minutes south of downtown Pittsburgh, for Game 2 of our PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader here on the PIHL channel, part of 10-Man TV, presented by Iron Bridge. Well, if you wanted a Penguins Cup preview possibly for Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever you might celebrate this holiday season, you've got one in game number 2 as the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars visit the defending Pennsylvania Cup champion South Fayette Lions in a battle of each of the last 2 PIHL Class AA championship teams. And Brian Mitchell, game 1 was a thriller between Peters Township and Mount Lebanon. Game number 2, these teams meeting for the second time this season, but very likely, at least somewhat likely, not for the last time this season.
Yeah, but, and I'm going to use that yeah, but a lot here, because you're talking about a very wide open AA, and it's not wide open because it's bad, it's actually wide open because it's real close. And yeah, you hope to see these two again face each other. Will it be early? Will it be late? Who knows? Maybe it will be in a tiebreaker. Who knows what's going on in the PIHL anymore? But no, this is a fun competition between these two, and we could only be lucky to see it again for a third time this year. And the funny thing is, you're saying you're seeing them twice already? It could be 3 months before they see each other again.
Yes, it could be. And warming up to our left is someone who might have a say in the matter, Thomas Jefferson forward Jake Stock, who's had a phenomenal PIHL career, number 21 in black. The senior and 2023 PIHL All-Star comes in with the Thomas Jefferson lead in points with 16 of those. He has 7 goals, 9 assists on the regular season. In the Class AA scoring race, he is 7th in the assist column, he is 8th in the overall points column, and he has a point in 7 consecutive PIHL games. He had the first and only goal of the shootout at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon the first time these two teams met on opening night, all the way back on October the 5th. And Stock comes in with 44 career goals and 91 career points, just 9 points away from that century mark, a mark that a lot of the league's top players have been nearing or hitting or flirting with recently.
The one thing that is going well, and you're correct about Stock, is that John Zeiler has taken the pieces of this team and figured out what they do well together, how they fit. What part of that pie are they going to be good at? And he has them working and making sure that they are the best, the sum of all parts. They are. That's where Thomas Jefferson is right now. That's why you're seeing teams like Latrobe and Thomas Jefferson up at the top, because they're taking players that maybe you don't have that star power and the people that are, players that could have changed a game. And they're making those players out of what they have on the ice. That's where your difference is on a lot of it. South Fayette doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, they really are. They've got an extraordinary playmaker and an underclassman, sophomore Robert Chiappetta, who set up a couple of goals the last time these teams met back on the 5th of October. And during South Fayette's ongoing 5-game winning streak, which has included 3 consecutive wins by 5-goal margins, Chiappetta has been red hot. He is first in Class AA in the assist column with 16 of those. He leads the team with 20 points overall. He has multiple points in 5 straight games. The hot hand goal scoring wise for South Fayette has been their senior forward Nolan Murphy, 14 goals, which puts him right at the top of the Class AA goal chart. 18 points, just 2 behind Chiappetta for the team lead. So that's going to be the dynamic duo up front for Matt Schwartz's team, as Schwartz, in his 5th year as head coach of the South Fayette program, tries to do what hasn't been done since 2010, which is a repeat Penguins Cup champion in the AA classification.
They've got a good chance there, and like I said, as I said the same thing about the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, the South Fayette Lions have the exact same pedigree there. You're talking about the Brandeburras. You're talking about a couple of the players, the names just flipped through my mind. Eimler's always been there now, and what was his name? He's not the Brandenburra. Little guy. I'm going to call him little guy on the air. I feel terrible about that. But I'm actually very open. D'Alessandro, that's it. D'Alessandro has had was that Trent? I believe, is that still out there?
Trevor, yes.
It's Trevor. Trent graduated, correct? I don't get to see teams that often anymore. Everybody likes to take the games that I want to have. It's all right. I forgive everybody. We're good. But D'Alessandro has been able to turn the ice on people. He is a speedster out there. I mean, they graduated a lot of scoring last year in that championship team. That is absolutely true. But they're putting those pieces together, and they're going to put themselves a good opportunity to win this year. On the opposite side, you're talking about guys like skill players like Scotty Allen, Ryder McGurk. I mean, these are players that you look on any other team, they might fit in somewhere. They're a big part of what Thomas Jefferson is doing out there, and that is amazing.
And it'll be interesting to see who's in goal for these teams tonight, as both teams have a lot of depth at the position. Ronnie Porupski has been number 1 in Class AA all year long for Thomas Jefferson, but Aiden Doherty, the senior, has proven himself to be a very capable backup. And meanwhile, for South Fayette, you've got Graydon Sarnowski, who made 34 saves in the first meeting and took the hard luck loss in the shootout, and he's coming off a big win the last time he appeared in goal for South Fayette, completing a season sweep of AA newcomer Fox Chapel. And then behind him, you've got fellow senior Zachary Bender, who's gotten the bulk of the minutes, but we haven't seen Bender in goal since December 7th, which was South Fayette's first game back in their proper home rink, the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, as South Fayette played prior to that one de facto home game at the Ice Castle before the Mount Lebanon Ice Center repaired its mechanical issues and was ready to go.
They didn't have a lot of games scheduled in the first half of the season, and they're going to have a lot going in the other half. Thomas Jefferson, I'm going to go to the opposite side one more time on you, Mr. Popchock. A couple years ago, I was able to go to a Greensburg-Salem, I think it was a Greensburg Central Catholic at the time tournament. It might have been Salem. And they had a problem where they had no goaltenders. They had no goaltenders in the system, weren't ready to go. This is good to have. These are the good problems to have. These breed success. You build it up in the system from there. And we're on.
It will be Doherty of TJ against Bender of South Fayette, and the Jaguars win the opening faceoff and move the puck left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin tonight's second game here on PIHL Hockey Night Live. Nate Keller, the freshman, moves it up ahead to center for South Fayette's Mikhail Lobanov. Lobanov, listed on our official roster as wearing number 58, wore number 27 the last time he appeared on a 10-band TV telecast, and he'll be doing the same again tonight. Lobanov scoring his first goal on the varsity squad in that game against Fox Chapel as the puck goes out of play into the Lions bench. So Doherty, coming off that 13-save shutout of North Hills on the 13th of November, returns in between the pipes for Thomas Jefferson, and Bender tries to make it 2 consecutive home ice victories for South Fayette. South Fayette winners of 5 straight. Thomas Jefferson trying to bounce back from that upset loss at home at the hands of Penn Trafford. That leaves just 2 perfect teams remaining in the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League. 2 longtime rivals at that. Bishop Canevin in the co-op division and Chartiers Valley in Class 1A, the only remaining unbeatens now in the entire league, as Thomas Jefferson and another team that wears black and gold, Quaker Valley, both lost for the first time this past week. TJ with a 3-on-2 coming up, and bringing it over the line for Thomas Jefferson is Scott Allen, the senior who had the game-winning overtime goal in that Penguins Cup championship victory back in 2022. Penalty coming up against the Jaguars as Best slaps it toward the open net and off a South Fayette leg, as the Lions will get the game's first power play just a minute 19 into the contest. A bit of righteous indignation there from the TJ senior, who will get the gate for tripping. And South Fayette, which puts its 6th ranked power play against the #1 penalty kill in the classification, will go to work on the man advantage. South Fayette coming in at 28.2% on the power play. Thomas Jefferson 88.9 on the PK. Lions with a clean face-off win. Eli Petter, center point, casually flips it on his right side to Nolan Murphy. Both teams digging for this puck as D'Alessandro centers it for Keller. Keller had his stick tied up by one of the Jaguars. That was Connor McCann, the senior defenseman, camped out in between the circles, and a shot from a bad angle is denied by Doherty, who knocks the net off its moorings as he covers that puck at the far post. 30 seconds off the penalty clock. Early in this first period, no score. South Fayette with a 5-on-4 advantage. Doherty first among backup goaltenders in the AA class in goals against average and save percentage, 150 and 929 respectively in 102 minutes played. 2 starts, 2 victories for the TJ senior. Chiappetta, center point for Jackson Brandabora. Chiappetta left wing circle. Down low, save made, rebound. Keller couldn't put it home. Doherty might have got a piece of that on his doorstep as the Jaguars come the other way. Here's Liam Mahoney shorthanded for the visitors, and Mahoney is crunched in the corner, and Mahoney is not getting up. Oh boy. And this will bring immediate attention from the on-duty EMT.
That's a scary situation. He was run through directly full speed into the boards.
And Mahoney will be attended to and kept vigil over by a few of his Thomas Jefferson teammates as the clock is stopped with 14:48 remaining in a scoreless first period. There is a minute 8 remaining in the South Fayette power play, but that is the least of either team's concerns at the moment, as the aggrieved player, Liam Mahoney, is now seated in an upright position. And I am pleasantly surprised that he has been able to be brought to his feet at this rate. That's a very good sign indeed. That could have been much, 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 much worse.
There wasn't anything that was majorly egregious about the hit. It was
no, there was not.
It was just the contact point, that was all. And I don't think it was an intended shot, so that was just a scary part of it.
The classic case of the hockey hit that has an unfortunate result, and Mahoney got a nice ovation from both fan bases as Spencer and one of the other Jaguars are helping him off the ice, and Mahoney is still not able to completely keep his feet. So at the risk of playing armchair doctor or media row doctor, if you will, I would imagine that concussion protocol will be looked into as Mahoney is helped off. And some of the Thomas Jefferson fans barking at the officials. They wanted a penalty on that play, but it does not appear that one will be forthcoming. And John Zeiler, in his 3rd year behind the TJ bench, is getting an explanation as to why there is no penalty on the play.
Yeah, they both went into the corner hard. It was just an unfortunate contact point. It wasn't that it was anything egregious. There was no headshot. There was nothing that was outside the realm of a normal hit there. It just so happened that it caught him in the head.
Zeiler assisted by Darren Stock and Alex Surlees. Seiler taking over from Bill Krause, who retired a few seasons ago and winning the Penguins Cup championship in his first season in charge. This a battle of each of the last two Penguins Cup champions in Class AA. Thomas Jefferson in 22, South Fayette this past spring in 2023. Thomas Jefferson coming in 7-1, South Fayette 6-1, 0-1. TJ second place with 14 points. South Fayette fourth out of 11 teams in the classification with 13 points. Both trying to keep pace with AA frontrunner Latrobe, which won earlier tonight over Hempfield in a game that you can watch on demand via the Wildcats network. 50 seconds remaining in the South Fayette power play as the Jaguars pick up their heading and force a turnover deep in South Fayette ice. Stock trying to make a blind pass to his captain, Andrew Oliver, as the Jaguars take more time off the penalty clock here. Lions get the puck to center. Derek Schliebner cuts it off and slaps it deep into South Fayette territory. Here's Stock again, shorthanded for TJ. Stock trying to go cross ice, instead will go to Oliver. Oliver's shot is blocked, and it goes out of play off the stick of Jackson Brandabora as Stock was knocked down just as he got rid of that puck. Now, not much action for the South Fayette PP as Thomas Jefferson looks understandably keyed up after that very serious looking hit on Liam Mahoney in the near corner in South Fayette ice. Oliver to the boards, controlled by Fleck, Brady Fleck, the South Fayette captain, as Tyler Brandabora chips it as far as the Thomas Jefferson bench. Eli Petter, defenseman and alternate captain, retreating. Final moments of this South Fayette power play early in the first period, no score. Tyler Brandabora over the line. Brandabora hits the brakes, runs out of room as he is pressured by the Jaguars defense. Scott Allen doing the little things right at the end of his penalty killing shift, but TJ guilty of icing as the teams are back to 5-a-side. Face-off coming up to Doherty's left. Allen will stay on to take it against Dylan Mock, the South Fayette freshman. Mock pushes it forward, but McCann's going to get there first defensively for TJ and clear the zone. Fleck retreating, and he'll get there first for South Fayette. Fleck under pressure from Allen. Fleck ducks around an attempted check from Andrew Oliver, and the Lions break it out. Near side for Ivan Kalinko. Kalinko, another varsity newcomer, puts one of the Jaguars hard into the boards, and Kalinko's going to go. And they don't get much more obvious than that. So now Thomas Jefferson gets its first power play of the night as the teams trade minor penalties early in period one. Nick Best, the aggrieved party for TJ, no worse for the wear as Kalinko is sent off for offensive zone interference. Thomas Jefferson trying to right the wrongs on the power play here as the first half of the regular season winds down. They're only 8th out of the 11 teams in the classification with an even 20% clip on the power play. South Fayette coming in second on the penalty kill at 84%. South Fayette, the second least scored upon team in the classification, as they come in with a 5-game win streak, and we're going to get another penalty this time against the Jaguars. The teams have traded interference penalties. And Ryder McGurk, the 2023 PIHL All-Star, will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. This time it's offensive zone interference on the Jaguars, and McGurk doesn't like the call. So we'll play 4-on-4, barring further developments, for 1 minute 53 seconds. And then the South Fayette Lions will get their second power play of the opening frame, albeit a very, very brief one, as Eli Petter controls off the face-off in 4-on-4 play. Shot from distance was blocked. I think Lucas Blows, the TJ freshman, got a piece of that. Derek Schliebner up through center for Thomas Jefferson. Schliebner over the attacking line. Tries to drag it around Jackson Brandabora. Brandabora without a stick now as he was trying to play that puck and put that stick into Schliebner as Schliebner entered the zone. Keller, right side for Jackson Brandabora, who gets it deep for the Lions. Keller, the freshman, lets it go to Petter. Petter above the left wing circle, down low to Keller. Keller out in front. Oh, that ricocheted off Doherty. He was leaning the wrong way, but the Jaguars were right there to clean up the rebound. Oliver over the attacking line. Andrew Oliver off-balance shot, and a good save there from his knees by Zachary Bender, his first of the night. And so just about 5 minutes into period one, the Jaguars finally register a shot on goal. 50 to go in the 4-on-4. Fleck, the South Fayette captain, at the TJ blue line, retreats as this puck comes all the way back into his own zone. Thomas Jefferson making a change on the fly as the Lions break it out from behind their own net. Santino Vizio up for Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora offside as he and one of the Jaguars collide off to the extreme left. That was Allen getting tied up with Tyler Brandabora. It was Tyler who had the winning goal in the 2023 Penguins Cup final against Armstrong, the number one seed in the tournament. Trevor D'Alessandro takes this face-off for the Lions and pushes it into TJ territory, but only for a fleeting moment as Allen comes quickly the other way for TJ and forces a nice save from Bender. Brandabora with urgency over the blue line. Brandabora toward goal, but lost it at the last moment to Nick Best. Randall Fisher from the near side gets that puck deep for South Fayette. Turnover to D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro settles down the bouncing puck and can't center it. Best controlling for TJ. Up to center it goes. Allen playing it off the bounce behind himself to Jake Stock as Kalinko comes out of the penalty box. And now the very truncated South Fayette power play will expire, so technically the Lions 0 for 2 on the power play as Thomas Jefferson is 0 for 1, and we're back to 5-a-side with 10:50 to go in a scoreless first period. Jake Stock over the line. Stock down low from McGurk. Gallus! Ryan Gallus nuzzles that nylon. 14, not to be confused with 44. What a pretty feed that was. And the Jaguars take a 1-0 lead with 10:46 to go in period one.
That's just a nice little feed, and Gallus just able to fire that one up high. Woo! 10:46 to go, 1-0 Thomas Jefferson.
Gallus, the senior forward, sneaking in behind the South Fayette defense and snapping it upstairs behind Zach Bender for his fourth goal of the regular season. And in the meantime, the on-duty EMT is returning from the Thomas Jefferson locker room to the area between the benches. And on the way, he may have exchanged some words with Schliebner and Brian Spencer, the TJ alternate captain, who might have been checking in on the status of their fallen teammate, Liam Mahoney. Jaguars play this puck back to center. And Gallus, the goal scorer, has it now for TJ in his own end. Up to Gavin Salopek. Petter inside his own blue line. Into TJ territory, off the blade of Schliebner. Schliebner behind his own net. Off the boards up to Gallus, who one touches it blindly to center ice. Bouncing puck in on Doherty. Doherty knocks it aside to his left. Spencer to his defensive partner, Schliebner. Schliebner with a little stutter step maneuver there as he brings this puck out towards center himself. He has his pocket picked by Chiappetta. Chiappetta snapshot, and Doherty says, "I'll take that. Thank you very much."
Unfortunate turnover at the blue line. Nice turnaround by the Lions, but unfortunately the shot went right into the glove of Doherty.
Under 10 to go in the first period as Ryan Gallus has given visiting Thomas Jefferson a 1-0 lead over South Fayette. Jaguars win the faceoff on their own end. Stock and Best on the helpers for Gallus's fourth goal of the season. So Jake Stock now has points in 8 straight games, including tonight. And Stock plays this puck for the Jaguars, but can't get it around Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora to the corner for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro immediately pinned up against the boards by one of the Jaguars. That's Nick Best. Best around the boards for McGurk. McGurk flying over the attacking line. Poke check by Vizio and Fleck. Fleck plays it near side. Up to center red and given away to Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora with space. Brandabora shoots and Doherty saves. Two big saves on two sequences in a row in the Thomas Jefferson zone by Aiden Doherty. And his night is off to a rousing start as TJ counterattacks. Jake Stock off balance shot. Sticked aside by Bender up into the protective netting off to his right. Only one goal in this first period, and it belongs to Ryan Gallus of Thomas Jefferson, but it has been a much more eventful period than the scoreboard indicates. Scott Allen taking this face-off, has a run of 4 straight multiple-point games for the Jaguars. And Allen concedes to Jackson Brandabora, the South Fayette defenseman. Petter up to center for Lobanov. Lobanov stays on side and fires toward goal as he's rocked just as he got rid of that puck by Gallus. TJ in transition, 3-on-2. Allen for Spencer. Spencer couldn't redirect that puck on goal as he goes crashing into the net behind Bender. No worse for the wear.
A lot of energy out here today. Both teams going at it. The crowd very much into this contest here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. 1-0. Thomas Jefferson leads. Very physical so far.
And I think they sense what you sense, Brian, what you said earlier. Every game in this classification feels important going forward. And none of these teams really at the top of the standings above the playoff line have an easy game as we approach the holiday break here in the 23-24 regular season. We've got a penalty coming up again. And who's this one going to go against?
Could it just be an offside?
I think it is an offside, actually. I thought I was about to see one of the penalty box doors open. Turns out it was a delayed offside against the Jaguars, so we do stand corrected. Lions win the faceoff and get it deep as TJ continues to throw its weight around here in enemy territory. Best trying to bring it out from his own corner. Gets it as far as center where Vizio sends it back into the Thomas Jefferson zone. Best near corner is stood up by one of the South Fayette forecheckers. That's Ivan Kalinko to the corner for Mock. Mock centering pass just avoids the stick of Hudson Venom, fellow varsity newcomer. The all-freshman line out here for Matt Schwartz as the Lions get it deep one more time. McCann tied up by Kalinko, and South Fayette takes another offensive zone penalty. The Lions came in one of the 3 least penalized teams in the classification, and they've been penalized twice here in the first period as they trail 1-0 with 7:26 remaining. Ivan Kalinko, the freshman, sent off for hooking. Face off to Bender's left. Jaguars operate on the power play as Oliver just barely keeps it out of Keller's reach. Snapshot hit off something, and that shot was blocked. Jackson Brandabora taking one for the team as Allen fired it toward goal. This snapshot from the left circle glances the glass and goes out of play vis-a-vis Jake Stock. 14 seconds off the penalty clock on that shift, that sequence rather. South Fayette's second-ranked penalty kill being put to the test one more time. Blos, one of TJ's newcomers, against Chiapetta, the sophomore, and Blos won the faceoff. Allen, right point. Center point for Oliver. Down low to McGurk. McGurk couldn't handle the bouncing puck. Allen from the right circle, digging for it. Allen to the boards as he's worked over by Petter. McGurk for TJ. Up to Allen. Allen above the right circle. Off the side of the net. That caught a piece of the post. To Bender's left. Center point for Oliver. The shot from the captain is blocked by Chiapetta. Chiapetta, with 2 assists in the last meeting between these clubs, brings this puck up through center and has it shorthanded for South Fayette. Chiapetta to the goal. Fan on the attempted shot. Chiapetta still has this puck as a stick broke deep in Thomas Jefferson territory. What a penalty killing shift here for Robert Chiapetta as he fires it off the side of the net. Oh boy. South Fayette fans showing their appreciation for the fleet-footed sophomore as Jake Stock powers his way over the attacking line. Stock drifts to his right with 40 to go in the TJ power play. Just over 6 remaining in the first period. Jaguars trying to add to a 1-0 lead as Bender makes a save from distance, and the rebound is loose and sent to the boards. Chance shorthanded again for South Fayette. Brandabora and D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro, one-timer fanned on. D'Alessandro hit from behind now by McGurk with 20 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Oliver fighting for it for TJ. South Fayette ragging this puck deep in TJ ice, and they're taking more time off the penalty clock. Fleck to his defensive partner Fisher, who gets this puck deep off Doherty, and that'll do it. South Fayette with an impressive penalty kill. They're now 2 for 2 in that department, as it remains a 1-0 game in Thomas Jefferson's favor. Mason Imler behind the TJ net. He's dumped by a sea of black and gold jerseys as Stock brings it up through center. Stock over the South Fayette blue line. Poke checked by multiple Lion defenders as it comes near side for Nolan Murphy. Murphy letting it go to Imler. Salopek unable to hang on near side as the Lions play it at center ice. Eli Petter keeps his footing and comes near side, gains the red line and dumps it in. Imler off balance, put it right off Doherty from in tight. Jackson Brandabora from distance, off the side of the net. South Fayette with a little momentum now following that penalty kill. Nolan Murphy fighting for it in the corner as it comes up to the point. Brandabora from distance again, that eluded Doherty. Connor McCann with speed, the Thomas Jefferson defenseman. Buttressed from behind by Dylan Mock. Eli Petter reversing the play to Jackson Brandabora. Brandabora stabs that puck up ahead to Nolan Murphy. Lions get it back to center ice where the Jaguars are waiting for it. Allen, wide of Bender. Near corner it comes for Cameron Lorenzi. Back to center now for McCann. McCann gets it deep into the corner as John Zeiler wants to make a line change late in this first period. Lead pass to Murphy. Murphy over the blue line slowly for South Fayette. Murphy wrist shot, saved Doherty. Bennett Mulkey fired it from above the left circle, but it hit off something and it went wide to the far boards. A broken stick bit still on the ice in that far corner in TJ territory as Andrew Oliver drives the net and is knocked down from behind by Santino Vizio. Play continues here in South Fayette's end as Oliver has it one more time. Oliver on the doorstep trying to go to Blos. Oh, that pass just barely misfired. Fleck outletting now for Murphy. Murphy trying to outmaneuver the defense and does. Murphy to the goal. Oh, poke checked at the last second by Doherty. Murphy just couldn't get rid of that puck on time as TJ counterattacks. Final 3 minutes of the first period. Really impressive end-to-end action here from 2 of the top teams in PIHL's Class AA. Cross-ice pass intended for D'Alessandro, too strong. South Fayette has to reset. Petter up to D'Alessandro, leaves it for Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora for Lobanov. Lobanov cross-ice, one-timer glove save, Doherty. D'Alessandro and company that close to an equalizer, but Doherty was in the right place at the right time.
He's seeing it out there. He's perfectly positioned out there. There's also a larger body goaltender in that net. He's taking up a lot of that cage. And the shots that they're putting on, they're going to need to get him to go right to left to get an opportunity because he's just getting in front of everything.
Lions control off the offensive zone face-off. McCann defensively for TJ gets it to center. Too far for Jake Stock. D'Alessandro plays it inside TJ territory. McCann from his left side defensive spot gets it deep inside the South Fayette zone. Lions work this puck up to center for Lobanov. Lobanov has Jackson Brandabora on his left. Lobanov going to let it go at the last second of Brandabora. Lobanov with it one more time as both Brandaboras are on here late in the period for Matt Schwartz. Ryder McGurk in transition for TJ. Cross ice. Oh, this one-timer put just wide by Lorenzi as Bender covers right in front of the goal line.
Really good end-to-end action in this one between the two teams. You're showing a lot of skill, a lot of opportunity, and taking advantage of the chances that you're getting. That is pretty good.
Not at all surprising, I think, that it is a 1-0 game at this stage. I mean, to your point, the skill is really canceling each other out on both sides. Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Stanley Cup champion, taking in the action down below. Nice to see him again. Couple of Penguins Cup champions in action here in our nightcap. Thomas Jefferson, the 2022 champ, dethroned last season officially by South Fayette, which won their first Penguins Cup in team history. The Lions, of course, subsequently winning their first ever state championship in team history. Doing so against Pennsbury at the RMU Island Sports Center on March 25th. And South Fayette getting the customary invitation to the state capitol in Harrisburg, where they got presented with a certificate. We understand they got free milkshakes too from the PA Farm Show as Hudson Venom is knocked to his knees. You don't have to twist my arm for free milkshakes as the Lions are going back to the power play late in this first period. 64 ticks to talk as Ryder McGurk throws his stick up against the glass in disgust. But the Lions are going to get their third power play chance, technically, of the frame. Tripping the indication against the TJ Senior. To the boards it comes. Lions control on the power play late in period one, trailing 1-0. Murphy for Jackson Brandabora. Brandabora for Chiappetta. Chiappetta works it down low. He and D'Alessandro switch places. Side of the net. It comes all the way out to the Thomas Jefferson bench. And here come the Jaguars shorthanded. Lucas Blos, right side. Blos, cross ice, stabbed wide by Allen and off the leg of Bender on the rebound. Half a minute to go in the period. Keller drops it for Murphy. Murphy for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro fires off of Best. D'Alessandro around the boards. Chiappetta at the left point. That pass down low is picked off by Schliebner. And Schliebner tries to feed Allen up ahead of the play, but won't be able to. 8 seconds left in the period. One last chance maybe for South Fayette if Jackson Brandabora can hurry, but he has his pocket picked by Andrew Oliver. Oliver's shot toward goal is blocked, juggled, and put off the post right at the buzzer. Oh my goodness. Not sure if it would have counted, but Oliver all the same that close to a shorty. As it is, the first period ends with the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars leading the South Fayette Lions 1-0. South Fayette will have 56 seconds of power play time with which to work when period two begins. With Brian Mitchell, I'm Matt Popchock. It's PIHL Hockey Night Live on the PIHL channel, part of 10 Band TV, presented by Iron Bridge.
affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Iron Bridge was founded in 2011 to simplify interoperability in today's complex healthcare ecosystem. Their solutions have allowed over 100 organizations to harness the power of the cloud to exchange health data easily and securely. Iron Bridge makes simple healthcare integration easier and makes complex healthcare integration possible. Visit ironbridgecorp.com for more information. Back to action here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, where the host South Fayette Lions trail the visiting Thomas Jefferson Jaguars in a very possible playoff preview in Class AA by a score of 1-0. Ryan Gallus scoring the lone goal of period one on a gorgeous setup from Jake Stock for the visiting Jaguars, as South Fayette operates with 30 more seconds of power play time here to begin the second period as the teams have switched sides. Keller pinned into the corner by Spencer, who helps the Jaguars clear the zone, and Jake Stock will get it the rest of the way, almost the rest of the way, as Bender flags it down. Last rush for the South Fayette power play, as Thomas Jefferson looks to go 3 for 3 on the PK tonight. And barring something unusual here, it appears they will. Tyler Brandabora trying to drag it around Spencer, but cannot. And we're back to 5 aside as Fleck shoots it toward goal. It caught something on its way there. Spencer trying to feed it up ahead to McGurk, who's just out of the box. McGurk flying, catches up to this puck. Opposite corner for Stock. Stock concedes to Jackson Brandabora, the South Fayette defenseman who set up a power play goal in the state final and set up a shorthanded goal as well as the Lions rallied to beat Pennsbury. Couldn't get this puck outside his own zone, but Captain Brady Fleck will. McCann gets it as far as the South Fayette blue line, and McCann's going to try to get it deep one more time. Jackson Brandabora right there to control the rolling puck. Give away to McCann. McCann from distance, through a screen. Oh, I don't think Bender ever saw that, as it was fired from one end, went out the other. Lions get it up to Kalinko at center. And Nick Best going to be called for icing, as he did not quite have the red line, and Best kind of laughing about it. He wants this USA Hockey crew to give him credit for the neighborhood play. Safco and Featherstone, once again, the officials on duty as they stick around to work game number 2 of 2 here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center tonight. Nick Best not getting clemency from the stripes that time, as the faceoff comes to Doherty's left. McCann wins it. Gallus up for Allen. Scott Allen coming in with 9 goals, 15 points on the season, one of the top 10 scorers in the AA classification. To the point it comes for Best. Best snapshot, save Bender. The rebound is loose and held momentarily by the Lions as Venom sends it off a Thomas Jefferson body, that of McCann, and no icing, officials say, as Doherty plays it to his left. Vizio fans on that puck. Gallus has it for TJ. Gallus into the stomach of Bender, who hangs on. Bender, 206 minutes played coming into tonight. Third among netminders in Class AA in goals against average, among starting goaltenders anyway, at 297, but only 10th in save percentage at 844. Bender's personal record, 3-1 coming in, as South Fayette has had sort of a revolving door of goaltenders under Matt Schwartz this season. Face-off to Bender's left is controlled ultimately by the Jaguars. Roman Flume gets it to the point where it's fired wide by Derek Schliebner. Salopek trapped up against the glass by Fisher. Puck battle behind the South Fayette cage with 3 minutes gone by in the second period. Jaguars leading the Lions 1-0. Thomas Jefferson wins that puck battle, but it's tapped to the boards by Keller defensively for South Fayette. Lorenzi unable to hang on. Lions just barely able to get it outside their own zone. Chiappetta pivots and passes to Keller. Schliebner played that puck with a raised stick, but evidently not a high stick. Salopek off the glass. It just barely stays in play, but goes right to Keller, who puts it promptly out of play. And so that'll bring the face-off outside the TJ blue line, with both teams making changes. And Brian, you and I were talking about something between periods. Credit Thomas Jefferson for bringing this game to a level physically that I'm not sure South Fayette was prepared for initially.
Well, you know, the funny thing you say that, I was thinking along the lines during that time that it's not scaring South Fayette either. South Fayette has not stepped away from the physicality. In fact, they're starting to throw a couple hits out there. They may not have the size that Thomas Jefferson has, but they're using the speed and the ability and their agility to get to them.
Murphy down low. Save made Doherty. No rebound. Another thing we talked about between periods, that kid has looked pretty darn good between the pipes, Aiden Doherty.
Aiden Doherty, saying a big-bodied goaltender, his positioning sound. The glove has been there this game. He's putting himself in the position to be successful in net, especially against a team like South Fayette, which can shoot very well.
And in essence, he was made the number 2 man in favor of a junior, Ronnie Porupski. So individually, he's probably playing with what he feels like is something to prove, and he wants to really make a statement here against one of the top teams in the classification tonight. And so far, doing a fine job of it. Doherty, 10 shots faced and counting, 10 saves and counting, as Murphy is bodied from behind into the corner boards right in front of all those South Fayette senior banners. An 8-man senior class for South Fayette under Matt Schwartz this season. Thomas Jefferson, a very experienced team as well, 11 seniors. And behind them, 11 sophomores to match that. So the Jaguars could be a team whose window of opportunity is just starting to open up here. Murphy carries it for South Fayette, trying to go up to D'Alessandro, who was knocked off that puck by McCann. D'Alessandro goes in after the dump in. D'Alessandro pays a price for it and continues to pursue this puck as McCann, using his physical superiority, tries to keep him at bay, but D'Alessandro does not give up on this thing. He goes into the corner, ducks around best. D'Alessandro ridden into the boards. South Fayette fans want a penalty. We play on with 11:45 to go till the ice cut, as Jake Stock is unable to clear. Good keep by Fleck. Fleck trying to duck around the check from Jake Stock. Best up to Stock, and Stock will finally be able to clear it as the Lions control its center. Vizio is shouldered hard by Scott Allen. And the TJ student section loves that one. McCann, long lead pass to Stock. Stock behind the defense. Stock toward goal, makes his move. Oh, what a save by Bender. The rebound is right there on the doorstep. They're hacking, they're whacking. Zach Bender has it as tempers boil over. Gallus and Malky pushing and shoving well after the whistle. We've said it before, we'll say it again. Both of these teams very aware of what this game means in the short haul and the long haul.
One goal game, 11:16 remaining in the second. There's a lot on the line here, especially the tone was set early in this one with a lot of physicality, a lot of speed, and a lot of skill. Now it's just going to see who blinks first.
Jaguars control off the faceoff as Spencer snaps it wide of goal. Schliebner to the corner. Picked up there by Allen. Shot put just wide by Blows, the freshman. Blows gets his own rebound back, but not for long. And now Blows and Lobanov get tied up in the neutral zone as Keller picks up the loose puck. Penalty coming up against Thomas Jefferson. Lions trying to get the extra attacker on as Keller is shoved from behind. Chiappetta between the circles as it's touched by Allen. And so South Fayette will go to the power play for the 4th time in this hockey game, trailing by a goal. 10:46 to go to the ice cut.
Hooking was the call.
And it's going to go against Blows. Just his second minor penalty of the regular season.
We're giving a lot of talk about Doherty, but let's give the flowers to Bender down there, who's playing pretty stellar on his own. keeping South Fayette in this.
Lions unable to keep this puck onside after the face-off win, so they'll reset their power play. D'Alessandro couldn't hang on to that puck. Nolan Murphy trying to tactfully enter the zone, but cannot do so onside. Murphy and Chiappetta not on the same page there as play is whistled dead. From beyond the Thomas Jefferson blue line, Chiappetta and Oliver will go at it at the face-off dot. And Chiappetta wins the draw, but the Lions played it with a high stick, which is promptly negated by Oliver, who gets this puck deep and takes time off the penalty clock. 1:30 to go in the fourth South Fayette power play of the game. Jackson Brandabora over the blue line. Brandabora ducks around one check. Has the puck once again for the Lions for Murphy. Murphy off balance shot. Good save there by Doherty from long range. Oliver for Allen. Oliver had a game-tying shorthanded goal in the third period when last these teams met. So don't think that Thomas Jefferson will be shy about pressing shorthanded. They've got the talent to do it. Midway through the South Fayette power play. D'Alessandro from the far corner. Up top for Chiappetta, for Jackson Brandabora. Brandabora for Murphy. Murphy, that pass too heavy for him. Lions have it. D'Alessandro trying to feed it back to Murphy. Schliebner ties up D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro wins the battle. One-timer put wide. The rebound comes all the way back to the right point where Jackson Brandabora is there. For Keller, 30 to go in the power play for the Lions. Keller for Brandabora. Brandabora trying to dance around Spencer and the official at the same time. Nolan Murphy gets it deep for the Lions. Murphy playing this puck along the perimeter for Brandabora. Brandabora, center point. Down low to Murphy. Murphy, cross-ice pass for Chiappetta. Lions need to shoot this puck, and Keller can't control it out in front. It's still loose. It comes to the boards as the penalty is expired. South Fayette still has this puck. Murphy, fan of the shot. Now he has it back in the right wing circle. Off balance attempt, and I think Doherty might have got a piece of that. Either that or it caught a TJ defenseman who was positioned in front of Doherty. Midpoint of the period and the game as TJ continues to maintain that 1-0 lead as Spencer went to his backside to block that shot. Tyler Brandabora going in after it for South Fayette. Brandabora has it out in front. Score! Hit that horn, baby, let's dance! Tyler Brandabora drags it around Doherty and tucks it inside the near post. And we've got a 1-1 hockey game with 8:15 remaining in the second period. His 8th of the season for the junior.
South Fayette just would not quit in that play. Opportunity for Thomas Jefferson to clear. They were right there, breaking up the passes, getting opportunities to get it back into the zone onside, and it just ended up with Brandabora just nailing that one to give you the lead. Or to tie things up at 1.
The Brandabora twins came in with 77 PIHL career points combined. Make it 78. Tyler Brandabora, goal number 8 on the regular campaign. And the Lions, who, as you said, Brian, they kept chopping wood, and now they've finally gotten the tree to fall. Ryder McGurk wins the defensive zone faceoff for Thomas Jefferson as Brandabora stays on here for Matt Schwartz trying to play this puck, but he's tied up and out-muscled by McGurk. Stock getting it deep for TJ. Petter defensively. And Brandabora has it one more time for the Lions. Brandabora snapshot. Oh, Doherty just got a piece of that with his left foot. Lobanov contacted up high as the Lions are offside. South Fayette fans wanted a penalty for that contact on Lobanov, but none forthcoming.
Go back to the second play, right after the goal. Brandabora coming into the zone, able to turn himself into it, bounce it off the boards to himself, and on his backhand to be able to pull that one in. That was a high-risk play, because if you turn that one over going the other way, the Jaguars had 2 players up along the boards. and an opportunity. So good play by Brandabur to turn that back into himself.
He was an all-star as a sophomore for a reason. Very skilled player. And still has, including this year, 2 years of high school hockey remaining. Tyler Brandabur, the equalizer for South Fayette here at home. 7:15 to go, period 2 at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. A clash of the Class AA Titans here in the penultimate week before the holiday break. Bouncing puck between the circles and Depot. Doherty had to make a save there from close range on Kalinko. It's still loose in front. Salopek unable to clear. Lorenzi will get it up to center for TJ. And the Jaguars might have numbers if they hurry, as this loud kick save is made off the right pad of Zach Bender. Kalinko lets this puck go the length of the ice as he wanted to come off for a line change. And it bounces underneath one of the Lions' sticks. That was Keller's blade. Keller trying to get it to Hudson Venom. Those two out of sync as Venom wanted to come off for the Lions. Jackson Brandabur playing it behind his own net. Cut off by Salopek on the half wall. Stock flips it up in the air. It's gloved down by one of the Lions. That's Jackson Brandabur. And Jackson Brandabur will take charge himself. Brandabur, centering pass. Oh, Keller was tied up and couldn't take it. Jake Stock trying to go up ahead to Lorenzi. Intercepted by the Lions. They try to work it down low, but Chiappetta's pass was picked off by Schliebner. An elite pass now to Jake Stock. Stock one-on-one with Petter. Stock down the middle. Stock couldn't get around Petter, who didn't give up on the play. And Petter tackles Stock along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. And Stock is shaken up for Thomas Jefferson. Petter pleading his own case with officials as we have 5:49 to go in the second period. And Stock gets to his feet, and the on-duty EMT, who has been unfortunately a busy man in this second game, gives him a quick check-in.
They gave him 10.
It's going to be a 2 and a 10 indeed on the alternate captain, Eli Petter. And South Fayette fans will obviously voice their displeasure, but respectfully, Brian, I think that was an easy call to make. Boarding the official call against the South Fayette junior.
Oh, Jake, you seem fine.
And so now this faceoff will come in South Fayette territory to the left of Zach Bender. Jaguars going back on the power play with time ticking away in period 2, trying to untie a 1-1 affair. Oliver from center point toward goal. It's blocked by Fleck. Allen has the rebound for TJ. Allen down low to McGurk. McGurk trying to create space inside the right circle. Cross ice for Stock. Stock shooting. That one off a South Fayette body, that of Jackson Brandabur. Fleck gets the clear for South Fayette. Oliver backpedaling behind his own net with 1:30 to go in the Thomas Jefferson power play. Oliver through center. Gains the red line. Around 3 white and green jerseys. Oliver still with his puck as he's knocked off it by Fleck. McGurk replaces Oliver. McGurk unable to center for Allen. Shot from the bad angle by Spencer. Just goes wide of Bender. Stock from the edge of the left circle. Down low for Brian Spencer. Spencer in behind the net. Gave it up to Brandabur, and Jackson Brandabur will not be able to clear it. Good play of the glove there by Andrew Oliver. Oliver from a bad angle. Put it wide of the goal, and Stock had a yawning net to shoot at, but Fleck knocked it aside. D'Alessandro shorthanded for South Fayette. D'Alessandro toward goal. Blocker save made by Doherty. 40 to go in the Thomas Jefferson power play, and here come the Jaguars 3-on-2. Spencer dropping for Stock. Stock fakes a shot. Now lets it rip and misses the net. Lions bring it back to center. Tyler Brandabora slowly over the blue line. Brandabora shorthanded. Harassed from behind by Allen, and Brandabora's just going to rag it deep in Thomas Jefferson ice and take off the last remaining ticks on that penalty clock.
Well done in the corner. Well tie up.
Tyler Brandabora, who had the tying goal earlier in this period, doing yeoman's work
He burned it.
to kill off the rest of the penalty. McGurk over the blue line. Poke checked. Lions trying to go in transition as the Jaguars were trying to get a man on. That was Nick Best. Puck back to center for Oliver, who misplayed it. Lobanov for Keller. Keller to the goal. Fires it off the glove hand of Doherty. Oh, the freshman with a golden opportunity there to give his team their first lead. Lobanov with it. With that reach, gets it to the far boards for Chiappetta. Chiappetta knocked down from behind as play continues. Keller goes in after this dump in, but he's cut off by Oliver, and Thomas Jefferson might ice this puck. Jake Stock in hot pursuit. Fleck's going to get there first. And Fleck is dragged down from behind by Stock. And so now South Fayette gets a fifth power play opportunity in this game. Jake Stock giving officials the old who me, but that's another obvious one, I think.
Yeah, and there's one thing that you got to remember about this. You're going to start seeing the officials try to get control of this one back. As, you know, it's getting a little bit physical. They're taking a little extra liberties, letting it go, but you're going to start seeing things like that. Well, that was an obvious one, but anything that's even close to being obvious is probably going to get called to pull this one back into some kind of consistent form. And that's not to say that the hard work that they put in either side is just getting a little bit loose.
South Fayette on a late second period power play in a 1-1 game. Jackson Brandabora controlling at the center point. Crisscrossing with Nolan Murphy. Murphy's shot. Score! You want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts! South Fayette 2, Thomas Jefferson 1, 2:47 till the ice cut, as Nolan Murphy has scored his Class AA leading 5th power play goal of the year and his Class AA leading 15th goal overall. Murphy just 1 or 2 off the lead, actually, as I double-check my notes. But Murphy, the South Fayette leader in goals all the same, as he snapped that one from a good 50-55 feet right between the legs of Aiden Doherty, and the Jaguars nearly equalized right off the ensuing face-off as Scott Allen drove the net and might have drawn a penalty against the Lions. Slashing is the indication with 2:32 remaining in the period. And the Lions are going right back to the sin bin. It's Jackson Brandabora. Nolan Murphy coming in, tied for 3rd in the goal column in Class AA. A big power play goal to give South Fayette their first lead late in the second period. His team leading 15th goal of the season and 5th on the PP this year. But South Fayette, almost immediately after the goal, has to go right back to work on the PK. Thomas Jefferson with a great chance to counterpunch here before second period time runs out. Oliver under duress from Chiappetta. In the corner behind the net now for Spencer. Spencer in the corner, up high for Oliver. Oliver from distance, off the mask of Bender, and Bender squeezing those pillows. Didn't have the puck completely covered, but he had it covered long enough to warrant the whistle. Fisher continues to go out one of the Jaguars. That's McGurk, I believe, as those two were separated. We told you it could be a playoff preview, a Penguins Cup championship preview even, and this very much has a playoff-like atmosphere, this hockey game. 1:50 to go till the ice cut. Lions clinging to a 2-1 lead over the Jaguars as D'Alessandro gets it deep on the penalty kill for South Fayette. Allen around the boards for McGurk. McGurk poked at by D'Alessandro. Midway through this Thomas Jefferson power play. Allen over the attacking line for TJ. Watched by two South Fayette back checkers. Drops it off to Oliver. Oh, dribbling puck. That caught one of the Lions in front of Bender, and it came in on the South Fayette senior netminder who froze it.
You got to remember, when you're talking about teams that have played each other every year or whatnot, these two teams came up together from single A to double A. They've been playing against each other for a very long time. These kids have been playing against each other at the JV level, the middle school level, and now at the varsity level. There is a little bit of a maybe bad blood, or maybe even play travel against each other to stack up against each other.
Jaguars win the ensuing face-off, and they get it down low to Allen. Allen for McGurk. McGurk in the corner, surveying the play. Up top to Oliver. Andrew Oliver toward goal. That went off one of his own teammates before Bender went full extension to make the save, and Bender has it between his legs. Jake Stock pointing toward the net as if to suggest that the puck crossed the line, but Zach Bender feels otherwise, and officials agree with the South Fayette goaltender. Yeah, South Fayette, their first attempt, or attempts, plural, at a Penguins Cup championship came when they were in single A in 2016, losing the Franklin Regional. 2019, they fell to another first-time champion at the time, the Montour Spartans. Thomas Jefferson last year in double A, erasing a 22-year championship drought, winning their first Penguins Cup title since head coach John Zeiler was a 150 career point player for the Jaguars at the turn of the century and at the dawn of the PIHL era, as the league celebrates its silver anniversary season this year. Now, the team that drafted Zeiler to the NHL, the Arizona Coyotes, were just in town a couple days ago. Zeiler, of course, played for the LA Kings, the third PIHL alumnus to play in the NHL. McGurk gets blasted from behind, meanwhile, by Fleck, as South Fayette has killed off another penalty late in the second period. 20 seconds remaining before the ice cut. Jaguars with one last gasp, but they won't get it, as Stock pursues this puck in his own territory, chased by Dylan Mock. Stock from center red, 5 seconds left. Jackson Brandabora shielding Jake Stock from this puck as time will expire, and we will cut the ice at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center in a very thrilling nightcap here on PIHL Hockey Night Live on the PIHL channel, part of 10-Band TV, presented by Iron Bridge. Your score through 2, South Fayette Lions 2, Thomas Jefferson Jaguars 1. With Brian Mitchell, I'm Matt Popchock. Third period action is coming up in just a bit, but first, some music from the 412.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks
affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Ducks around an attempted check from Andrew Oliver, and the Lions break it out. Near side for Ivan Kalinko. Kalinko, another varsity newcomer, puts one of the Jaguars hard into the boards, and Kalinko's going to go. And they don't get much more obvious than that. South Fayette, the second least scored upon team in the classification, as they come in with a 5-game win streak, and we're going to get another penalty this time against the Jaguars. The teams have traded interference penalties. Brandabora, who gets it deep for the Lions. Keller, the freshman, lets it go to Petter. Petter above the left wing circle, down low to Keller. Keller out in front. Oh, that ricocheted off Doherty. He was leaning the wrong way, but the Jaguars were right there to clean up the rebound. Oliver over the attacking line. Andrew Oliver off 10:50 to go in a scoreless first period. Jake Stock over the line. Stock down low from McGurk. Gallus! Ryan Gallus nuzzles that nylon. 14, not to be confused with 44. What a pretty feed that was. Stutter step maneuver there as he brings this puck out towards center himself. He has his pocket picked by Chiappetta. Chiappetta snapshot, and Doherty says, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Fortunate turnover at the blue line. Nice turnaround.
Fleck plays it near side. Up to center red. And given away to Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora with space. Brandabora shoots, and Doherty saves. Two big saves on two sequences in a row in the Thomas Jefferson zone puck by Gallus. TJ in transition, 3-on-2. Allen for Spencer. Spencer couldn't redirect that puck on goal as he goes crashing into the net behind Bender. No worse for the wear. 2 assists in the last meeting between these clubs. Brings this puck up through center and has it shorthanded for South Fayette. Chiappetta to the goal. Fan on the attempted shot. Chiappetta still has this puck as a stick broke deep in Thomas Jefferson territory. What a penalty killing shift here for Robert. Comes near side, gains the red line, and dumps it in. Imler off balance. Put it right off Doherty from in tight. Jackson Brandabora from distance off the side of the net. South Fayette with a little momentum now following that penalty kill. Petter up to D'Alessandro, leaves it for Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora for Lobanov. Lobanov cross ice, one-timer glove save, Doherty. D'Alessandro and company that close to an equalizer. Both Brandaboras are on here late in the period for Matt Schwartz. Ryder McGurk in transition for TJ. Cross ice. Oh, this one-timer put just wide by Lorenzi as Bender covers right in front of the goal line. Chance maybe for South Fayette if Jackson Brandabora can hurry, but he has his pocket picked by Andrew Oliver. Oliver's shot toward goal was blocked, juggled, and put off the post right at the buzzer. Oh my goodness. Not sure if it would have controlled the rolling puck. Give away to McCann. McCann from distance. Through a screen. Oh, I don't think Bender ever saw that. As it was fired from one end, went out the other. Doherty plays it to his left. Vizio fans on that puck. Gallus has it for TJ. Gallus into the stomach of Bender, who hangs on. Bender, 206 minutes played coming into tonight.
Using the speed and the ability and their agility to get to them.
Murphy down low. Save made Doherty. No rebound. Another thing we talked about between periods, that kid has looked pretty darn good between the pipes, Aiden Doherty.
Aiden Doherty saying a big
one. McCann, long lead pass to Stock. Stock behind the defense. Stock toward goal. Makes his move. Oh, what a save by Bender. The rebound is right there on the doorstep. They're hacking. They're whacking. Zach Bender has it as tempers boil over. Shot. Tyler Brandabora going in after it for South Fayette. Brandabora has it out in front. Score! Hit that horn, baby! Petter defensively. And Brandon has it one more time for the Lions. Brandon snapshot. Oh, Doherty just got a piece of that with his left foot. Back unable to clear. Lorenzi will get it up to center for TJ. And the Jaguars might have numbers if they hurry, as this loud kick save is made off the right pad of Zach Bender. Kalinko lets this puck go the length of the ice as he wanted his pass was picked off by Schliebner. An elite pass now to Jake Stock. Stock one-on-one with Petter. Stock down the middle. Stock couldn't get around Petter, who didn't give up on the play. And Petter tackles Stock along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. Stock down the middle. Stock couldn't get around Petter, who didn't give up on the play. And Petter tackles Stock along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. Thomas Jefferson might ice this puck. Jake Stock in hot pursuit. Fleck's going to get there first. And Fleck is dragged down from behind by Stock. And so now South Fayette gets a fifth power play in a 1-1 game. Jackson Brandabora controlling at the center point. Crisscrossing with Nolan Murphy. Murphy's shot. Score! You want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts! Crisscrossing with Nolan Murphy. Murphy's shot. Score! You want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts! South Fayette 2, Thomas Jefferson 1, 2:47 now for Spencer. Spencer in the corner, up high for Oliver. Oliver from distance, off the mask of Bender, and Bender squeezing those pillows. Didn't have the puck completely covered, but he had it covered long enough to warrant the win.
All across the United States, each state has what's called an immunization information system. Immunization information systems, or IIS, are confidential, population-based, computerized databases that record all immunization doses administered by participating providers to persons residing within a given geopolitical area. In the United States, every vaccination registry is a bit different, which can become daunting and confusing. Enter PubHub. PubHub solves this issue by giving its providers the ability to connect and communicate to the state registry with one connection and one data format. For example, if a patient has received the COVID-19 vaccine, PubHub allows the provider to see if the patient has already received the vaccine, keeping everything safe and organized for everyone.
Shoulders, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and cheeks and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Affordable self-care from professional massage therapists and estheticians. It's what we do. Massage Envy, where better begins.
Two jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel?
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented Heads Up sports training system, improving reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. play with your head up.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel?
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey on weightlossdirect.com.
Back here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. I'm going to try to run this down real fast while Matt Popchock's hanging out for a second, give you the out-of-town scoreboard before we head back to action here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Complex. Deer Lakes defeated Central Valley at Breeders' Run 6-1. Seneca Valley over Central Catholic 5-3 at Alpha. Norwin over Armstrong 7-4 at Belmont. Peters Township falling the Mount Lebanon here right before us on 10-band TV. 5-3 was the score of that one. Greater Latrobe defeating Hentfield 3-1 at Kirk Nevin Arena. Elizabeth Forward over Trinity 7-2 at CFS Bank Event Center. Morgantown and Ringgold, no score from Morgantown. We've got a tie at West Banco Arena between Wheeling Park and Avonworth 5-5. Beaver defeating Blackhawk in the Battle of Brady's Run 3-0. North Catholic over Shaler 6-3 at Alpha Ice. There's a tie at Barrel. It was a 3-2 lead for West Allegheny, but Quaker Valley tied it up. 3-3 is the score there. Bethel Park 4-2 over Cannon McMillan currently, and this one is 2-1 South Fayette over Thomas Jefferson. No score from Kiski Mars up at Barrel. That is your out-of-town scoreboard to start out. Just a little heads up for the Thomas Jefferson fans out there, the faithful. We will be back next week on 10-band TV on the Pittsburgh Hockey Digest page as they face the Greater Latrobe Wildcats at Kirk Nevin Arena. I will have that one live for you at the time. We're going to bring in Matt Popchock again.
Thank you, Brian Mitchell. Some eyebrow raisers, especially that Quaker Valley West Day game on the out-of-town scoreboard. A one-win team giving a one-loss team a heck of a game.
They have 2 wins now. I actually called it on Tuesday.
There you go. A 2-win team giving a one-loss team a heck of a game. And we've got a heck of a game here in the nightcap. South Fayette getting all they can handle from Thomas Jefferson as Oliver sneaks out in front, and the TJ captain cannot get it by Zach Bender, who makes a save from close range and hangs on for the faceoff. Thomas Jefferson outshot the Lions 12-10 in period 2, but South Fayette had both second period goals. Tyler Brandabora, a great individual effort from Nolan Murphy, and Murphy himself scoring on the power play for a Class AA leading 5th time this season. 15th goal overall from Jackson Brandabora and Robert Chiappetta. Chiappetta leads Class AA now with 17 total assists, as Murphy's shot from the left circle was blocked by Schliebner. Murphy now 6 consecutive multi-point games. What a season he is having as a senior for South Fayette. And that Murphy power play goal, the difference maker thus far. South Fayette with the lone power play goal for either side in a game that has seen a combined 9 power play chances as a one-timer from the doorstep is denied by Zach Bender. Lucas Blows can't buy himself a goal tonight. Bender going full extension to get just enough of the right leg on that puck to preserve the lead for the Lions early in the 3rd period. Murphy from the left circle forces a save at the other end from Doherty. Game totals in shots on goal, by the way, through 2 were 25-19, also in favor of the Jaguars. But again, the Lions remain ahead where it counts. And South Fayette has it deep in the TJ zone for Trevor D'Alessandro. Left point for Jackson Brandabora, who's shouldered as he gets rid of that puck by Lorenzi. Best up to McGurk. Gallus playing that puck up through center for Allen. Allen from the near boards. Cross ice for McGurk. Gallus. Old habits do indeed die hard as This puck comes up to the point as it's fanned on by Best. Speaking of McGurk, after we got off the air to commercial, after the second period ended, McGurk was given a 10-minute misconduct penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Officially is what it's called, but essentially abuse of officials as the Thomas Jefferson players were coming off the ice.
Yeah, there was a little bit going on in front of the runway, and McGurk was assessed the penalty as the intermission was rolling on.
So we continue to play at 5 aside, but McGurk will miss the majority of this third period. So the Jaguars, who are a deep team all the same, have to soldier on here on the road without one of their key contributors as this puck is sent deep by Mason Imler. Jake Stock brings it up for TJ over the attacking line. Stock's shot from between the circles is blocked. Lions try to counterattack. Spencer breaks it up for Thomas Jefferson. Oliver up ahead to Stock. Stock crawls over the blue line. Stock from above the right circle just missed the far post. That didn't miss by a lot either, and a chance the other way for Imler. But Thomas Jefferson hurries to get back into position defensively as Lucas Blos interrupts Imler's forward momentum, and Imler goes crashing on his own power into the boards behind Aiden Doherty. Stock up ahead to Spencer. Spencer shouldered off it by Mock. Chiappetta unable to clear. Jackson Brandabora will give it a try. Mock from his own corner. The freshman getting minutes late in a crucial game here from Matt Schwartz, showing a lot of confidence in his underclassmen. 9 freshmen in all on this varsity roster for South Fayette in 2023-2024. As this puck is Murphy dumped through center. Over an outstretched glove hand and settled down by Spencer. No, that's Scott Allen. 27, not 97 on the wraparound try. That is all for naught as Bender makes a save from distance on Best. Allen on the doorstep. That save is made by Bender, and the rebound is cleared immediately by Bennett Mulkey, who was not standing on ceremony. But it is icing against the Lions with 12:27 remaining in regulation of a 1-goal game.
Give credit where credit is due. Scotty Allen getting in the high traffic areas, getting opportunities for the Jaguars. Remember, Allen, the golden goal in the single A championship game, I believe 2 seasons ago at UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. So he has that big game ability and has that skill that he can put away.
Best off the face-off. That might have caught the side of the net as it deflected wide. You may be right.
Oh.
Fleck behind Brandabora, Tyler Brandabora that is. Lobanov in pursuit for South Fayette. Salopek gets there first defensively for TJ. Up it comes to Gallus. Gallus couldn't reach it. Fleck lost his balance as he tried to play that puck defensively. Now the Lions survive that little oopsie daisy and they get this puck inside the TJ blue line. Keller has it deep for South Fayette. Keller out in front, backhands it just wide of the far post. Jaguars exit their zone and they come up to center. Allen crossing the blue line, but doing so offside as Connor McCann was dumped. And more words exchanged in South Fayette ice, but no penalties. Not yet, anyway. Long way to go in this third period. 11:38 remaining. South Fayette 2, Thomas Jefferson 1.
Chiappetta and Best exchanging the words, of course letting the cooler heads prevail. And then I guess he's going to get a line change here. Best is going to go off.
D'Alessandro gets it deep for the Lions. D'Alessandro put it in the corner by Spencer. The TJ alternate captain working over Trevor D'Alessandro as the Jaguars push this puck up to center beyond the reach of Lucas Blos. It's sent deep by Jackson Brandabora. No icing, officials say. Lions send it around the boards. Blos unable to flag it down. Chiappetta gets it deep for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro spinning around in the corner. Out in front, it's loose. And the Lions score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Nolan Murphy with the insurance marker. 11:04 remaining, and the Lions lead 3-1. Sweet 16 for the South Fayette senior.
Well, that's the hard work into getting the movement on Doherty down low and able to fire one home to make it 3-1 here. 2-goal lead, though, is always one of the toughest ones to keep in hockey, and Thomas Jefferson has the ability to put goals in bunches, so it's time to see what Bender has in net, because he's not going to be given an easy run here.
Revenge, a dish best served cold. Murphy was the last shootout shooter for South Fayette in the game between these teams that the Lions lost at the beginning of the season, and he was denied by Ronnie Perupski to nail down the win for TJ. Murphy getting a bit of revenge tonight with a couple of goals, including the go-ahead goal in the second, and now a big goal in the third to give the Lions some breathing room as Oliver comes back with earnest for Thomas Jefferson before he's knocked down deep in Lions ice. Murphy in pursuit of this puck now. On goal, save Doherty. And the Jaguars have the rebound, and they sail it up through center. Fleck is chased by Stock. Stock takes him off the puck. Jake Stock with it. Couldn't dance around Chiappetta, who uses his body to shield Jake Stock from that puck. McCann from distance, bouncing puck, caught something on its way toward goal. To the point for Best. Best on 1 foot, scoring! Nick Best, just like that, makes it a 1-goal game, and these pretzels are making me thirsty.
As I said, they can shoot from anywhere, and they surprise you from whatever they can do. And the Jaguars on that goal just were able to get one past Bender. I believe that was low on the inside on a tip. Was that what you saw? Yes, and there it is. It's 3-2. 10:14 remaining.
Nolan Murphy's 6th consecutive multi-goal game. That second goal looming quite large right now as Nick Best, the Thomas Jefferson senior defenseman, answers right back with his 3rd goal of the season. And it's a 3-2 lead now for the Lions with 9:45 remaining in the third. Brandabora over the blue line. Brandabora's shot from distance blocked by McCann. McCann up through center, fending off a man with one hand and playing the puck with the other hand as Petter goes down. McCann down low, crashing the net, but lost the puck in the process. South Fayette flipping it up through center. Best will settle it down defensively for TJ. For Gallus. Gallus taking flight. Trying to go the entire 200 feet by himself as he's bumped off that puck by Vizio at the last moment. Gallus out in front to nobody in particular except for Schliebner. Schliebner cranks one wide of the blocker hand of Bender. Best has the rebound and he fires it in the general direction of the South Fayette cage. Allen with the puck now for Thomas Jefferson. Best one-timer, save Bender, and he pounces on the rebound.
So now we're back. Go ahead, sorry.
Approaching the midpoint of this third period, and we've decided absolutely nothing.
Well, that's true, but like you said, there's 8:43 remaining in this one. It's going to come down to the power of Thomas Jefferson's offense versus the way that the South Fayette Lions play defense, and that, the team-wide style and the skill that they have in their positioning. They just got to stick with it and try to get in front of all the passing lanes. Maybe getting an additional one will help out in the long run, but you don't want to give too much momentum to the Jaguars.
Thomas Jefferson has this puck beyond center red, and sending it deep is Gallus for TJ. Fleck trying to play it defensively for South Fayette and controls it for the Lions from deep in his own zone. Outlet pass to Murphy. Murphy down the left wing side. Murphy tries to drop it down low for Brandabora, but it was broken up. Good play there by Schliebner. Schliebner trying to outlet that one for Allen. It's cut off instead by one of the Lions. That's Vizio defensively. Vizio toward goal. Easy save for Doherty, who will play conservatively.
And what I was talking about there is their positioning is so important on this one because Thomas Jefferson's going to continue to pressure them. There's going to be an immense forecheck on South Fayette. And all they have to do is stick with it, stay in the lanes, and keep their marks. If they can do that, they'll be fine in this one. The Jaguars, they're going to try to change things up and get different matchups. That's what's going to be the difference here. Is who's going to win that match.
Thomas Jefferson up through center for Oliver. Accepting the puck from Lorenzi. Stock in deep on this shift for John Zeiler's team as it comes around the boards to McCann. McCann for fellow defenseman Best, as Best is knocked down by Keller. Oliver, the TJ captain, in behind the net. Controls this puck for the Jaguars. Now Oliver knocked down in the corner, trying to draw a penalty. The officials want him to keep the action moving, and the Lions will do just that. Keller, the freshman, unable to pick this puck up in neutral ice. Lorenzi shouldered by Lobanov in front of his own blue line. Jackson Brandabora, Eli Petter, the defensive tandem on now for South Fayette. Petter up for Keller. Chiappetta over the attacking line. Chiappetta left wing side, off of Doherty. A couple of players from both teams go crashing into the boards behind the Thomas Jefferson netminder as Vizio plays this puck in a delayed offside situation. Lorenzi bringing it up through center over the South Fayette blue line. Lorenzi couldn't get around Vizio. Kalinko from his own blue line. Distances himself from Jake Stock. Now Fleck, the South Fayette captain, puts it off of Thomas Jefferson's skate, and the Jaguars very fortunate not to have been called for too many men, and Matt Schwartz is screaming at the nearby official. The Jaguars really might have gotten away with one there, as Schliebner goes left side for Allen. Allen for the left circle. Glove save, Zach Bender with 6:06 to go. Matt Schwartz still visibly upset that TJ wasn't called for too many men, as that puck very evidently, from my point of view, hit off of Thomas Jefferson's skate, as that skate had not completely crossed the plane of the bench. Puck out of play off of Schliebner's stick. Let's see where they call for the faceoff. Now they're going to say it was deflected. And so the faceoff comes outside the South Fayette blue line, and the Lions control it. Schliebner with it defensively for TJ, up to Allen. Allen has Belos cutting down the middle and goes that way. Belos 1-on-3 toward goal. Save, Bender. No rebound.
You're seeing that the physicality's actually come down a lot in this game. I think both teams are realizing what's at stake, and and actually, based off of that, what I saw with Schwartz having the, possible too many men penalty, they put away the whistles for the most part.
Bender makes a save from in tight on Oliver. Oliver has his own rebound. Eli Petter digging for it defensively as the Jaguars control. Schliebner slap shot, that caught one of the Lions. Tyler Brandabora, I believe. Penalty coming up on South Fayette. TJ will not be able to get the extra attacker on, but they will get a power play opportunity for the 5th time in this game. Now, Thomas Jefferson came in with the fewest power plays drawn in Class AA. South Fayette came in with the most power plays drawn in Class AA. So interesting that both teams have had their chances tonight to affect the outcome here on special teams.
Slash on D'Alessandro.
And another critical penalty kill here for South Fayette. The Lions PK has been phenomenal all year long and such a big part of their ongoing run of success. The Lions trying to extend their winning streak tonight to 6 games and keep climbing that PIHL Class AA ladder as they make up games in hand. Thomas Jefferson trying to avoid dropping back-to-back games for the first time this season and trying to keep pace with first-place Latrobe in the process. The Wildcats victorious earlier tonight before their big game next week, TJ and Latrobe. That shot by Oliver hit somebody in front. That's McGurk, I think, who caught the friendly fire. Jaguars with 1:35 to go on their power play, 5 minutes to go in the third period. Off of Bender's stick. And that was a good play by Bender as it comes all the way outside the zone. Oliver has to reset the power play for Thomas Jefferson. Oliver brings it over the attacking line, dropping for Jake Stock. Stock trying to center from McGurk, broken up by Chiappetta. McGurk pursues to the corner. Trying to get around a broken stick, or a dropped stick as it were, as Oliver retrieves his blade and plays this puck for Thomas Jefferson. Midway through the TJ power play, Chiappetta diving, trying to get this puck outside the zone. He cannot. McGurk above the right circle, off of South Fayette body and deflects just wide. Brandabora puts it right off a TJ body, that of Andrew Oliver. One of the Jaguars knocked down in between the circles and has to retrieve his stick as play continues. That's Stock. We got a piece of equipment down at the top of the right circle as one of the Lions gave up his body to block that shot. Chiappetta diving, trying to keep this puck outside the area. Oh, great power play hustle here by Thomas Jefferson, but nothing to show for it just yet. Lions still can't clear. Oh, Brandabora just snake bit, trying to clear the zone. 20 to go in the power play for TJ. Stock from above the left circle. Stock creating space. Stock couldn't get around the last man, and Chiappetta might have a chance shorthanded. Chiappetta is going to flick it into the glove of Doherty, and that'll be that. South Fayette will go 5 for 5 on the penalty kill with 3.5 to go in period 3. And it remains a 3-2 game in favor of the Lions. Good poke check there by Tyler Brandabora. Murphy couldn't keep it inside the left point. Gallus gets it deep as he is hit hard by the shoulder of Nolan Murphy. Murphy with 2 goals and an assist in the win over North Hills back on Monday as the Lions are called for icing. Murphy with another multi-goal game here tonight and would have the game winner if this score holds up. But there are quite a few ifs at play with still 3 minutes to go in this game. TJ at Latrobe, December 21st, 7:15. Next up for South Fayette, they've got a tough game too. They're at Norwin on Monday night for an 8:30 contest. Never an easy game in Class AA these days. Lots and lots of parity in each of the PIHL's top 2 classifications, as we've discussed all night. From a bad angle, that puck is steered aside by Doherty. Good job by Murphy, the alternate captain, to force the bad angle save. Jaguars coming through center. Blos, left side for McCann. McCann snapshot blocked by Vizio. D'Alessandro cutting off McCann. Gallus gets it deep. Lorenzi with it for Thomas Jefferson. Lorenzi reverses to play to Blos. Blos up top to Best. Best, fan of the shot, now tees it up, puts it off the skate of Brady Fleck. Right place, right time for the South Fayette captain as this hard snapshot from McCann misses everything. Final 2 minutes of regulation play. Still a 1-goal lead for South Fayette as one of the Jaguars got rocked in the corner. That was Lorenzi. South Fayette making a late line change here. And we'll keep an eye on the net down to our left to see how long Aiden Doherty occupies it. Fleck up ahead for Chiappetta. Chiappetta taking his time as he enters the Thomas Jefferson zone. Leaves it for Lobanov. South Fayette, you get the sense, just trying to be smart from the puck, smart with the puck here, and keep it deep. Take more time off the clock.
Positioning and making sure that you have that skill, your actual strategies in play.
Jackson Brandabora defensively trying to out-battle Stock, but Stock controls it. Schliebner tees it up, shoots it toward goal. Oh, that took an awkward bounce and went wide of the net. Turnaround try by Oliver, misses the goal crease. Doherty was about to come off, but then retreated to his net. South Fayette has possession. Doherty getting back in a goal as Chiappetta brings it up ahead for South Fayette. They've got a 3-on-1. Chiappetta, cross ice. Lobanov, score! Pitter patter, let's get at her. South Fayette 4, Thomas Jefferson 2, and that should just about do it. Mikhail Lobanov says Das Vidania with 41.1 ticks to talk on a 3-on-1 play by the Lions. Very well executed.
They got in the lanes and they gave themselves an opportunity to get that break, and that's exactly what we were talking about throughout that game, was just stick with the game plan. Don't let that game come to them.
And Thomas Jefferson, we said it, they came out physical. They came out with a head of steam. South Fayette got determined, and their determination in the long run has paid off. Chiappetta with another multi-point game, so that's 6 of those in a row for him, as he continues to be the top setup man in Class AA. Robert Chiappetta, the South Fayette sophomore. Mikhail Lobanov with his 2nd goal of the season to sold away a huge victory on home ice here for the South Fayette Lions over a very talented and very deep Thomas Jefferson Jaguars squad. 10 seconds remaining. The Lions fans letting him hear it, as this puck is frozen long enough against the boards inside South Fayette territory to constitute a whistle.
I think they might have gotten a penalty out of that. I'm not sure. .3 seconds remaining. No, they didn't. Okay. I thought maybe I saw a little extracurricular that they called, but they didn't get anybody. There's a lot going on in the corner. Shot put just wide off the faceoff by Oliver, who's knocked down from behind by Keller. There will be a penalty coming up, but it will matter not, as the shot by Spencer is blocked. The game is over, and the South Fayette Lions pour onto the ice to give Zachary Bender hockey hugs. A 30-save victory for the South Fayette senior, and take nothing away from his counterpart, Aiden Doherty, who made 24 saves on a lot of quality shots, too, in defeat for the Jaguars, who have now dropped back-to-back games. They fall to 7-2 on the season, and South Fayette raises their record to 7-1-0-1, as these teams both have one more game coming up before the holiday break. And the next time I will see you will be the last Thursday before the holiday break. It will be in this building as NA visits Mount Lebanon and as South Fayette plays host to Hempfield. Brian Mitchell, what do you have coming up? Well, on Tuesday, I'll be back at Palmer Imaging Arena as Bishop McCourt heads to Penn Trafford for an 8 o'clock tilt. And then on Thursday, you're going to see these Thomas Jefferson Jaguars back in action against the Greater Latrobe Wildcats. Of course, a good buddy of the show, of all our friends and everything. Chris Beddick will be on the call for that. I'll be coloring, running the camera for him on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest on 10-band TV, as Wildcat Network had an unfortunate incident. They couldn't make it to that game. We're picking that one up, and we're going to pick it up as a doubleheader as Montour heads to Greensburg-Salem to close out the first calendar half of the 2023-2024 season. So we'll be the last men standing on that one. It'll just be me on that game. So that's what I got. 3 games next week. Thank you for asking, sir.
And thank you for joining us, sir, as our special guest on the air and behind the camera, pulling double duty tonight, Brian Mitchell. Big stick taps to him, Big stick taps to executive producer Todd Kazarowski for putting it all together, to Jack Kukin in the PIHL office for all of their cooperation. and for putting up with me for 4 hours. And thanks to Austin McLean for public address, and thanks to all of you for watching and listening. Once again, the South Fayette Lions take this one from the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars by a score of 4-2. And for Brian Mitchell, I'm Matt Popchock. That's all she wrote from Mount Lebanon, where you have been watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on the PIHL channel, part of 10-Man TV, presented by Iron Bridge. Ducks around an attempted check from Andrew Oliver, and the Lions break it out. Near side for Ivan Kalinko. Kalinko, another varsity newcomer, puts one of the Jaguars hard into the boards, and Kalinko's going to go. And they don't get much more obvious than that. South Fayette, the second least scored upon team in the classification, as they come in with a 5-game win streak, and we're going to get another penalty, this time against the Jaguars. The teams have traded interference penalties. Brandabora, who gets it deep for the Lions. Keller, the freshman, lets it go to Petter. Petter above the left wing circle, down low to Keller. Keller out in front. Oh, that ricocheted off Doherty. He was leaning the wrong way, but the Jaguars were right there to clean up the rebound. Oliver over the attacking line. Andrew Oliver off 10:50 to go in a scoreless first period. Jake Stock over the line. Stock down low for McGurk. Gallus! Ryan Gallus nuzzles that nylon. 14, not to be confused with 44. What a pretty feed that was. Stutter step maneuver there as he brings this puck out towards center himself. He has his pocket picked by Chiappetta. Chiappetta snapshot, and Doherty says, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Unfortunate turnover at the blue line. Nice turnaround.
Fleck plays it near side. Up to center red, and given away to Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora with space. Brandabora shoots, and Doherty saves. Two big saves on two sequences in a row in the Thomas Jefferson zone puck by Gallus. TJ in transition, 3-on-2. Allen for Spencer. Spencer couldn't redirect that puck on goal as he goes crashing into the net behind Bender. No worse for the wear. 2 assists in the last meeting between these clubs. Brings this puck up through center and has it shorthanded for South Fayette. Chiappetta to the goal. Fan on the attempted shot. Chiappetta still has this puck as a stick broke deep in Thomas Jefferson territory. What a penalty killing shift here for Robert. Comes near side, gains the red line and dumps it in. Imler off balance. Put it right off Doherty from in tight. Jackson Brandabora from distance off the side of the net. South Fayette with a little momentum now following that penalty kill. Petter up to D'Alessandro, leaves it for Tyler Brandabora. Brandabora for Lobanov. Lobanov cross ice, one-timer glove save, Doherty. D'Alessandro and company that close to an equalizer. Both Brandaboras are on here late in the period for Matt Schwartz. Ryder McGurk in transition for TJ. Cross ice. Oh, this one-timer put just wide by Lorenzi as Bender covers right in front of the goal line. Chance maybe for South Fayette if Jackson Brandabora can hurry, but he has his pocket picked by Andrew Oliver. Oliver's shot toward goal is blocked, juggled, and put off the post right at the buzzer. Oh my goodness. Not sure if it would have controlled the rolling puck. Give away to McCann. McCann from distance through a screen. Oh, I don't think Bender ever saw that as it was fired from one end, went out the other. Doherty plays it to his left. Vizio fans on that puck. Gallus has it for TJ. Gallus into the stomach of Bender, who hangs on. Bender, 206 minutes played coming into tonight.
Using the speed and the ability and their agility to get to them.
Murphy down low. Save made, Doherty. No rebound. Another thing we talked about between periods, that kid has looked pretty darn good between the pipes, Aiden Doherty.
Aiden Doherty saying a big
one. McCann, long lead pass to Stock. Stock behind the defense. Stock toward goal, makes his move. Oh, what a save by Bender. The rebound is right there on the doorstep. They're hacking, they're whacking. Zach Bender has it as tempers boil over. Shot. Tyler Brandabora going in after it for South Fayette. Brandabora has it out in front. Score! Hit that horn, baby! Petter defensively. And Brandabora has it one more time for the Lions. Brandabora snapshot. Oh, Doherty just got a piece of that with his left foot. Alapek unable to clear. Lorenzi will get it up to center for TJ. And the Jaguars might have numbers if they hurry, as this loud kick save is made off the right pad of Zach Bender. Kalinko lets this puck go the length of the ice as he wanted his pass was picked off by Schliebner. An elite pass now to Jake Stock. Stock one-on-one with Petter. Stock down the middle. Stock couldn't get around Petter, who didn't give up on the play. And Petter tackles Stock along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. Stock down the middle. Stock couldn't get around Petter, who didn't give up on the play. And Petter tackles Stock along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. Thomas Jefferson might ice this puck. Jake Stock in hot pursuit. Fleck's going to get there first. And Fleck is dragged down from behind by Stock. And so now South Fayette gets a fifth power play. Period power play in a 1-1 game. Jackson Brandabora controlling at the center point. Crisscrossing with Nolan Murphy. Murphy's shot. Score! You want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts! Crisscrossing with Nolan Murphy. Murphy's shot. Score! You want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts! South Fayette 2, Thomas Jefferson 1, 2:47. Now for Spencer. Spencer in the corner, up high for Oliver. Oliver from distance, off the mask of Bender, and Bender squeezing those pillows. Didn't have the puck completely covered, but he had it covered long enough. To South Fayette with the lone power play goal for either side in a game that has seen a combined 9 power play chances as a one-timer from the doorstep is denied by Zach Bender. Lucas Blows can't buy himself a goal tonight. Gets it deep for D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro spinning around in the corner, out in front, it's loose, and the Lions score! Thank you, sir, may I have another? Nolan Murphy with the insurance marker, 11:04 remaining, and got something on its way toward goal. To the point for Best. Best on 1 foot, scoring! Nick Best, just like that, makes it a 1-goal game, and these pretzels away with one there. As Schliebner goes left side for Allen. Allen for the left circle. Glove save, Zach Bender with 6:06 to go. Got a 3-on-1. Chiapetta, cross ice. Lobanov, score! Pitter patter, let's get at her. South Fayette 4, Thomas Jefferson 2. The season. And South Fayette raises their record to 7-1-0-1 as these teams both have one more game coming up before the holiday break.